So sings my soul. Great is my God of love and life. So sings my soul.
Yes, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day for moving along. Yes, it's a good day. How can anything go wrong? A good day from morning till night. Yes, it's a good day. Shining your shoes, and it's a good day for losing the blues. Everything to gain, nothing to lose. It's a good day from morning till night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun. Rise and shine today. You know you gotta get going if you wanna make a showing. And you got the right away. It's a good day for paying your bills, and it's a good day for losing your ills. Deep breath and throw away your pills. It's a good day from morning till night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun. Rise and shine today. You know you gotta get going if you wanna make a showing. And you got the right away, 'cause it's a good day for paying your bills, and it's a good day for curing your ills. So take a deep breath and throw away your pills. It's a good day from morning till night. Yes, it's a good day from morning till night. Oh, it's a good day from morning till night.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Founders. We are here in the spiritual and geographic heart of Los Angeles. We are so grateful that you are here and that you are here. Welcome. I am not Reverend Dr. Arthur Chang, so he was not able to be here this morning. Let's send him some love and light right now. And we're going to have a great service today. Jennifer Wallace will be leading us in song. And we're we're going to have a great day, and we're going to have a great attitude, and we're going to have a great life, right? Awesome.
Please stand if you're able and join us in the congregational song. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. When my way grows drear, precious Lord, linger near. When my life is almost gone, hear my cry, hear my call. Hold my hand lest I fall. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. When the darkness appears and the night draws near and the day is past and gone, at the river I stand, guide my feet, hold my hand, take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home.
That was beautiful. One of those old that I remember from childhood. Good morning, everyone. My name is Emma Marie Lee, and I'll be doing the announcements and the scriptures and the prayer today. And it's always a pleasure to be here. The first Sunday is my day, and when I was growing up in Alabama, it was a big day in the Baptist church, the first Sunday. So I'm kind of carrying that on, but I'm definitely ready to do the announcements. And because it is the first Sunday, we do our vision and our mission statement. And if you open your program in the middle, it should be a copy of that there for you. And if it's comfortable for you to stand, I'd like for you to stand and we say this together. If it's not, you can definitely stay seated. So the vision statement, we got, excuse me, we guide people to understand and apply the spiritual principles of the science of mind and work for the transformation of the community. Is everybody reading with me? I can't hear. Okay. For the mission statement, we teach the science of mind, taking the truth from all sources. We seek to unite people of all ages, races, and cultures in a caring community. We help people bring their dreams into reality. We teach personal responsibility and self-mastery. We teach healing and well-being as the 5 excellencies: spiritual, mental, physical, social, emotional, and environmental. We teach people how to develop their genius to thrive and flourish. We help in the development of children and help life and whole life in trust for future generations. We serve our community in the areas of our strengths. We encourage the arts. We work to manifest the highest level of spiritual awareness every day. You may be seated. Thank you. And the first thing I'd like to say for the announcements is to thank Margaret Ford. She's here usually every Sunday, and she always volunteers to stay after the service to offer prayer for anyone. So after the service, if there's anyone here who wants prayer, just come over and Margaret will be standing in front of the organ here. The prayer boxes, as always, are out in the foyer every Sunday before the service. You will fill out a request form and put it in the box, and those prayers will be prayed on by the practitioners throughout the week. Our practitioners, they will pray for anyone, a friend or a neighbor or relative, and they don't have to be a member of the church, because we all know that no matter what church you go to, everyone needs prayer. And that's a tradition that Founders has had for many years. The Mystic Circle on Wednesday night service will be available by Zoom at 6:30 p.m. as always. Dr. Arthur's title for this Wednesday is from the Parables of Jesus, and it's entitled New Wine in Old Wineskins. Invitation will be sent out on Tuesday, but if you're not already a member of Zoom and you want to have your name listed, just give your information, your email address, to any staff member, an usher or anyone that's working here at Founders. And everyone is welcome. And it's a wonderful middle-of-the-week spiritual uplift, that Wednesday night service. Also today in Hornaday Hall, after the service, we will be recognizing the Mexican celebration of Cinco de Mayo. Members of the Spanish church, Spanish ministry, may be dressed in traditional clothing and have prepared some traditional snacks for us all. Since this is also a board meeting day, we are asking that people who need to attend the meeting are invited to take cuts. And that cuts, I'm sure any teacher here, Helen Pontarelli, know what cuts is, because I teach elementary school, and that's a big thing with kindergartners in first grade. They'll come, oh, Miss Beard, he's cutting. You know, he cut the line. So just, allow the people the board members, naturally that'll be in that meeting, allow them to kind of get their snack before you do. Let's see what else is going on. So now, if there are any first-time visitors, please stand so that we can welcome you with an applause. Any first-time visitors? Oh, okay. Thank you very much for being here. You're always welcome. And, please come back again. Our doors are always open. Let's see. Members, this is very important. Mark your calendars for Sunday, May 19th. It's our annual membership meeting, and it will be held at 12 o'clock downstairs in the chapel. All members, all members are encouraged to attend to hear Founders' financial report and to confirm the slate of board members that have been proposed by the nominating committee. So because we have some board members, their term is up, I'm one of them, and so it's important for you to be there. Any member wanting to run for a seat on the board may do so by submitting your resume no later than May 12th, which is next Sunday. So if you're interested in being a board member, this is your opportunity. Now, here's another first Sunday announcement that's always fun to give, and that's for people that are having birthdays this month. Anyone here having a birthday in the month of May? We invite you to come downstairs. Please stand, or just, okay. This is our longtime member, Rosemarie Glover. So please come downstairs. We have birthday cake, and you get a chance to socialize, hear what Rosemary has to share with us, how long she's been here, which has been a long time, I know. And, just socialize with each other. It's kind of fun. And now I'd like for everyone to stand so that we can greet each other by waving, and remain standing so we can do the affirmation. Okay, the affirmation is here at the bottom, and let's say that together. God is the source of my good in the world. God is the essence of my success in life. I am positively committed to live this truth in every moment of my life. You may be seated. Let's welcome Jennifer. Right, Jennifer? No? We have to communicate. One second. Okay. So we have a little special part of the service today, and we're calling up different people. And one of them is Elizabeth, to come and talk what positive experience that Science of Mind has had on her life. And Gloria, you're one of the people too that's volunteering, and I volunteer too.
Hello, I'm Gloria Flowers, and I have the attitude, and I'm known for the attitude. I'm always, 99% of the time, smiling, not because I put it on my face, it's coming from in here, because my attitude is I am so grateful to be on this planet, to have this life, to have the people in my life whom I learn from all the time. I'm grateful that I found Science of Mind, and it's opened up so much for me. And it's all with my attitude in being open to everything, anything. And when it doesn't suit, I politely back away. I respect everything, everybody. And I cry easily because I'm filled with joy all the time. With strangers, people who look downtrodden, I give a big smile and a good morning or good afternoon to them, hoping that it will uplift them because I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for all of you, and I sincerely mean that. So my attitude is that I'm open and just accept. And that openness, starting very young, has taken me around the world, to the back roads of the world, where people wanted to just touch my skin because they hadn't seen a person of my color before. I look in their eyes and see the magical wonder of the kids just looking at me. I'm grateful, starting in a 3-room house, shotgun house, as they were called in Texas, and still live in an apartment, but I've seen the world of people, and I am so grateful to have had that opportunity and still having it, still having it, still grateful. Seeing you're becoming my family. Thank you. I am grateful.
Good morning, Founders. It's such an honor for me to be here and to be having this opportunity to share with you how wonderful life is for me. I just know that all that God is also who I am. And so just starting with that, just knowing that I am a child of God, what could be better? As a child of God, in whom God is well pleased, all is good all the time. Every step I take, God's taking that step with me. So we're surrounded by all this goodness all the time. It's around us. It's everywhere. But really, it's up to me to see it. It's really up to me to be woken up to that fact that the good is there always. So that's my attitude, that I am discovering that good every single day in everything I do. And I see God in everyone. So it's also up to me to know it, to feel it, to see it at every single person's eyes, knowing that it's that God looking back at me through your eyes all the time. So I have a wonderful life. I am so blessed. And every day is a blessing. And I bless every one of you, and I bless everything and every act and everything that I do, because I'm here, because I'm alive, and because God gives me what I am able to receive, and I allow it. I allow that good to show me and to teach me, and everything that happens to me is an opportunity for me to learn. Life is a school for me. It's a never-ending learning. And I thank God that I enjoy learning. I'm so grateful that I always have had that attitude, that learning is fun. And I really take that in and everything. And so life is good, wonderful, giving to the extent that I'm able to receive. So every day I work on that. I work on my capacity to take in more life, to take in more love, to take in more peace. And life continues to show me and to teach me. And so I just wanted to share that with you this morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I'm so grateful. Have a good rest of your week. And of course, Feliz Cinco de Mayo. Yay!
I did not expect this. Ann was going to give the message today because we couldn't get a hold of Reverend Dan, and so that's why we have this, filling in this space with saying how Science of Mind has had what kind of experience, positive experience, of course, that it's had. And with Mother's Day being next week, next Sunday, I've been thinking about Mother's Day, and I am a mother. And my son was always late sending Mother's Day cards. But in 1995, I went by my mom's house, and her mail had come, and I said, guess who you have a Mother's Day card from? And when I said it like that, immediately she said, it's got to be Kevin. So anyway, we were delighted, surprised, and happy. Kevin was what we had given the name I'm Gonna Guy, because every week when he called from Atlanta, he had changed careers. He wanted to be this and he wanted to be that, but finally he had a passion for cooking. And my mom had babysitted for me all through years of university studying. And he had become a very good cook. And so he said, Mom, I want to be a cook. And I go, no, baby, you want to be a chef. And I had lived in Paris, and I said, we'll go back to Paris, and you can study under some great chef, and we were looking forward to it. Well, this was in 95. Actually, it was 4 months later that I got a call at work, and my secretary came in, closed the door, came around to my side of the desk, and put a Post-it in front of me. And the first thing that I saw on the Post-it was coroner. And the next thing I saw was Kevin. And my heart sank to my stomach because I'd lost my only child. And 4 months before that, I'd gone to Atlanta because he was always moving, because he would get a roommate, and the roommate would get a girlfriend and move in with the girlfriend. And Kevin couldn't afford the rent. So I said, I'm taking a vacation, I'm coming down, I'm gonna rent you an apartment. It's gonna be yours. And that's my responsibility for you, nothing else. You're responsible for everything else. And then 4 months later is when he passed away. He was the happiest I had ever seen him. And when I got ready to leave Atlanta early that morning, coming back to LA, I went in the room and to kiss him and tell him I was getting ready to leave. And he goes, oh, you leaving already, Mom? And I said, yes. And he says, Mom, I can't believe you've done this for me. And I said, yeah. I said, but Kevin, do you realize why I did it? And he said, yes, because you love me. And I kissed him on his lips, and that's the last time I saw him. And my experience with Science of Mind, I had joined the church in 1983. And when I joined, everyone was saying, oh, you know, you go to Founders, you get in Science of Mind, you treat for a parking space, and you get that parking space right away. So that was my consciousness about Science of Mind. But years passed, I ended up, you know, I came to church religiously, but I didn't have, a really great commitment. And then I lost Kevin. And I thought my world had ended. And I thought, there's no way I can live like this. I can't get over this. And one day I was coming from, weekends were my worst days, Saturdays, because I was alone, not at work, not at church. I pulled my car over to the side. I was on Sepulveda. And I turned the motor off, I turned to the passenger side, and I talked to God as if he were sitting in that seat. And I said, look, God, if you're gonna help me, if this Science of Mind is going to help me, then I need you to, what is it called, put up or shut up, like, that kind. I was serious about it, although I was in tears when I talked. And then I came and I started taking classes. And I was serious about the classes, but I was taking the classes because deep inside, I knew that that's what I needed to heal me. And I took a class and then took another class, and another year passed by, and the teacher said, you might as well become a practitioner. I go, no, I'm not taking the class to become a practitioner. But I ended up taking it. So this is Science of Mind has helped me face the most difficult challenge in my life. And I have so much faith in the teachings and how to face a devastating occurrence in my life. And I live by it. I do affirmations. I have a ton of affirmations. Most of them are in French because I promised my French teacher I'd never give up French. And so that's one thing I can do every morning. She was a devout Catholic, so I do all my affirmations in French and my Bible verses. So this is my positive, how such a experience caused me to go to my knees and think I could never get up. And then I devote my life to this teaching. And that's why I wanted to share this with you. Thank you.
I listened to everything everyone had to say, and I am happy to be on this side of the grass at breathing, hurting, jumping, laughing, grieving, all the human things. Except that that's every morning, it's not just today. This song came to me this week, I don't know why. I'm going to sing it slowly. Some of you, well, I need backup singers. You know, the choir is out with the flu, so it's all on you. When I wake up in the morning, my love's and sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, my love, bears heavy on my mind. When I look to you, and the world's all right with me, that's my prayers. Just one look at you, I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Some of you act like you don't know this song. I know you do. You've heard it on the radio a million times. A lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look to you, Spirit, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be, I see heads bobbing, a lovely day. Oh, yes, a lovely day. I want to sing that verse one more time. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when everyone else instead of me, you know, some days you feel like that, seems to always know the way. In my prayers I look at you, and the world's all right with me. When I open my eyes and look at you, I know it's gonna be And it always is a lovely day. Oh, it's a lovely day. A lovely day. A lovely, do it again. A lovely day. Ha a lovely day. You just have to keep saying it's gonna be a lovely, lovely day. Here it is. A lovely day.
That was outstanding. Thank you, Eve. So now I'll give you the scriptures and the Science of Mind reading and the Lord's Prayer. And on the back of your bulletin, you can follow along with me. The scripture today comes from Philippians, the 4th chapter and the 8th verse, and it reads, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things." And from the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes, the reading is from page 87, verse 4, and it continues on page 88, paragraph 1. So it's 87, paragraph 4, and 88, paragraph 1. Things are ideas in form. There is nothing from which to make things except ideas. Our subjective mind is, in reality, our identity in infinite mind. It is the result of our mental attitudes. It is our mental atmosphere in which we are retained all of the images, impressions, inherited tendencies, and race suggestions. We see then that our subjective mind is the medium through which experience comes to us. And now, will you bow your heads, close your eyes, and join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
You're the heart of my contentment, hope for all I do. My God, you're the center of my joy.
Oh, what a blessing it is to know these truths about how we can live a positive spiritual life and the impact that our thoughts, our mind have on reaching that goal. So my prayer today is for us to take this message, the scriptures and the readings from Ernest Holmes, and from the message that Reverend Dan is about to bring us, and think upon these things, not let go of them. Think upon the scripture and how we conduct our lives throughout the week. How being spiritual is not just being at church every Sunday, but it's how we treat our fellow members, our neighbors, our friends during the week. So then I speak my word then that the message Reverend Dan brings to us can help us grow stronger spiritually, that we can incorporate these truths from the verses into our daily life, that we can affirm, that we can do affirmations during the week, that we just not only think about God on Sundays, but that we're uplifted, that we meditate, that we pray, and we do our affirmations on a daily basis. So that's my prayer for us today, for those who are here, for those who are streaming live, because I know that if the words that I speak are words that I believe, then I know that this prayer can reach anyone who is not here. So I also speak a word for Dr. Arthur and for his wife, Cecile, that they know that we miss their presence here today, but we know that he, above anyone else, with what he gives, his life to this church, needs a break at some time. So I bless him, that he has peace of mind, that he has health, and that he knows that our love is surrounding him here. So for these things, these words of prayer that I've spoken, I say thank you, Spirit. Thank you, perfect presence. And I affirm that I am letting these words go, for I know that God is the servant of the Spirit. And I know that God is all there is. And I simply say, it is done, and so it is. Amen.
Open my eyes that I may see fullness of truth thou hast for me. Place in my hands that wonderful key that shall unclasp and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine.
You can spend your whole life building something from nothing, and one storm can come and blow it all away. Build it anyway. You can chase a dream that seems so out of reach, and you know it might not ever come your way. Dream it anyway. God is great, but sometimes life ain't good. When I pray, it doesn't always turn out like I think it should, but I do it anyway. Oh yeah. It's hard to believe that tomorrow will be better than today. Don't watch the news, believe it anyway. You can love someone with all your heart for all the right reasons, and in a moment they can choose to walk away. Oh, yeah. Love them anyway. God is great, but sometimes life ain't good. And when I pray, it doesn't always turn out like I think it should. But I do it anyway. I do it anyway. I can pour my soul out singing a song I believe in, and tomorrow you'll forget I even sang. Oh yeah, you will. Oh yes, I'll sing it anyway. I sing, I dream, I love anyway.
That is Sam Montooth on bass and David Anderson on drums. So today, we are talking about attitude and having a good attitude and the right attitude. Now, we know what it's like to have a bad attitude. Well, I prefer to think of the word as spiritually unhelpful attitude. Now, we've all probably been in a workplace with somebody that every time they walked in the room, you could just feel the paint come from the walls. You know, they didn't want to be there. They were cynical about everything. And just unpleasant to be around. But this is something you should know, and I hope this is good news for you. Someone else's attitude has no bearing on your attitude. Now, some people have very strong forces of personality. They come in with anger, or they come in with fear, or they come in with whatever hysteria they're coming in with, or just cynicism, and it's the temptation of an unmindful mind to match them at that strong personality. But those of us who pray, who meditate, have always been able to come at choice. We can say, wait a minute, that does not feel right. If you want to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off, if you want to be blustery and angry, if you want to justify your own negative thoughts and beliefs, that's fine. I'm going to keep in my right mind. I don't want that to be determinant. Now, we're not judging them or anyone else. We're just deciding, wait a minute. I want to stay on the level of cause. There's cause and there's effect. So the spiritually intelligent thing to do is to always think about at any moment, and we can ask ourselves, it's like we can ask wait a minute, what am I feeling at this moment? And if we're like not feeling good, actually, if we're not feeling well, if we're not feeling joyous or happy or peaceful, we can say, wait a minute, there's something within me that's not thinking correctly, vibrating correctly, acting correctly, to manifest heaven on earth, to manifest the reflection of the joyous spirit that I am. Well, here's the good news. At any moment, we can take a deep breath and reset. Because there is that within us, the Christ self, the Buddhic mind, whatever you want to call it, the divinity within, that is always happy, always joyous, always peaceful, that remembers who it is, remembers who we are, remembers who everyone else is, and remember this, that nothing on the outside ultimately matters. Because it's all effect and will all change anyway. So having the right attitude means choosing what glasses, what frames am I going to view the world as. Now, this is often thought of as like, well, is the glass half empty or the glass half full? Well, I want to submit to everybody in this room and watching online, I bet you have a 97% full glass. And many of us have gotten in the habit of obsessing about the 3% that's not full, thinking there's something wrong. Or advertising tells you you need to fix that 3% and be perfect on the outside. Or certain magazines say you should be envious of that person who has an even prettier glass. You can't be happy. You can't be grateful. That other person has more. That other person has it better. Do you know there are billions of people on this planet right here and right now that would trade places with you and all of your seeming problems? If you got to eat this morning, you are better than billions of people on the planet. So that's not to say that, we don't always strive for more and better. There is that within us, with that which is within us, which always seeks to grow and seeks to expand. That's just part of the being the spirit. That's part of the creativity of the universe. It's constantly expanding. That's good. You reach the top of a mountain, you're thinking, okay, well, what's next? That's good. That's the universe always creating, always striving, always growing, always going for the next thing. But the attitude is enjoying the journey, enjoying the expansion. I have met people who've won major show business awards, and all of them have basically said the same thing. It lasts about 5 minutes, and your brain is already then on to what's next. Or the fear of, well, what if this won't last? Or what comes next? So there is no out there that will have permanent fixes of what's in here. Here is the right attitude. You don't need a permanent fix of what's in here because what's in here is already perfect, whole, and complete. Maybe what we do need is practice and the right attitude of coming from the fact that we're already perfect, whole, and complete. Maybe what we need is the right attitude of seeing the truth in ourselves and in everyone else. If you go into any situation and just determine to see and interpret it from the highest point of view, people may say, Reverend Dan, you're being a Pollyanna. And the answer to that is, if only I could be that powerful. Because if you remember that old fairy tale, everything worked out for everyone. Attitude is very, very powerful. Now, what is the attitude of a practitioner? And I'm not just talking about the licensed practitioners in this teaching. If you are in this teaching, I'm assuming you are a practitioner of truth. So I'm referring to everybody who's interested in truth. The practitioners of truth, the mystics, go into any situation and say, I am only here for God. I'm not here to get something. I'm not here to fix anything. Because if God is everywhere and in everything, I'm just here to be love, to see love, to give love, to expand love, to create on love, to share love. And if I don't see it, then I get to be a person who prays to see it and to demonstrate it. Then maybe I'm the person who's supposed to be demonstrating it in this moment. Now, I don't suggest that you go into your boss's office and say, I just wanted to let you know that I'm here for God. But I am suggesting that you think it. I am here at this job for love, divine love. I am in this family for divine love. I am in this neighborhood association meeting for divine love. I am at this party for divine love. I am in this traffic on the freeway for divine love. There is no place in the universe, in any point of space, time, or intelligence, that is not for divine love. Now, you may turn on the news, and we'll probably see the worst of humanity on display, because for some reason that gets higher ratings than seeing the best of humanity. And if you see it, and if you are aware of it, and it makes you go, ooh, that is your prayer project. Doesn't mean you have to fix it, but we do need to heal our thinking about it. We do need to be the one to call forth God in this situation, call forth love in this situation, and ask ourselves, what within me needs to be healed about this? And then, is there any action that I can take? One of the most powerful things I ever heard a politician say was when Barack Obama said, "We are the ones we've been waiting for." So many people are looking for messiahs outside themselves, or relationships outside themselves, or an amount of money, or a job, or a title, or a house, or something outside themselves as a sign that, okay, I've arrived. God is already within you. You've already been called. You've already got the assignment. You've already got the marching orders. Wherever you're at, there you are. Be love, know love, see love, give love. And if you don't see it, if you don't feel it, then forgive it. Forgive yourself and everyone else. Yes, I know there are people for whom may seem to be a bigger ask than others. But ultimately, that's the miracle of Jesus Christ. He was able to be on the cross and say, "Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do." He didn't say, "You're all going to hell." No, he came from absolute love and forgiveness at the most agonizing, painful part of his journey on earth before his resurrection. Now, here's something else you need to know. We're not looking for martyrs in the spiritual path. That's the whole purpose of the crucifixion, resurrection dynamic, is that resurrections happened. You don't need to be on a cross with Jesus. You don't need to be suffering. Ernest Holmes says, mankind has learned all it can and need and should through suffering. We are allowed to learn through joy. And if we're suffering, we're off. That doesn't mean if somebody is attempting to persecute us, somebody is behaving inappropriately to us, that we condone that, but it's the suffering part of it that somehow our thinking is not right. One of the most powerful things we can ask in any situation is, wait a minute, what's my next right action? We may have to take a moment to breathe and say, whoa, I was not expecting that. And then remember, wait a minute, I'm a cause, I'm a practitioner in a situation, divinity is still within me, God is still on his throne. What's the next right action? And what happens is the quicker we can get to that point, the quicker we move through something. So as love, we ask ourselves questions like, well, how can I help? I remember being in Manhattan during 9/11, and I saw people, some people's response was to kind of like wither, and other people, they went into like, okay, how can I help? And they were able to deal with what was going on by getting into action, and it got them out of their fear. So in any situation where we're in fear or we're in a negative emotion, getting into service around it is really powerful, because it immediately takes us out of what's missing and what I'm lacking into, wait a minute, I must be abundant, there's somebody I can help in this situation, let me get back into giving. That's power. Who can I help? Who can I check on? Who might need me? I saw this, I'm old enough to remember the Northridge earthquake in '94. And I saw people immediately started to get checking on their neighbors, seeing, okay, who can I help? Who can I be of service to? Who might need help? That's an excellent response to not letting us be paralyzed by fear. Because we already have everything. This world could get cleaned up so fast if we all came from a place of, what can I do to help? What's my next right action? Because how is God going to clean up the world? Through people. There are people in churches who keep waiting on Jesus to come back, wave a magic wand, and fix everything. That is not what we teach here. First of all, we teach that we're already one with the Christ within us. And if we want to experience the second coming of Christ, it comes through all of us. We become the embodiment of divine love. We become the embodiment of that mystical connection. We become the power to forgive and heal. I mean, Jesus already resurrected, stayed for about 40 days, and said, okay, I feel complete with this experience, and transcended up to the next realm. Buddha achieved enlightenment, taught for about 40 years, and then left his physical body. Look to ourselves. Even Shakespeare said this. We look inside to our hearts, our minds, to the divine love and intelligence within us, and within you, and within everyone. We call it forth. It's within every one of us to be wise, to be compassionate. So in any situation, we come from love. Now, so we come from compassion. So if somebody has, let's say, is going through a trauma, and they happen, there are people, maybe people in this room who are dealing with grief right now because they've lost somebody, or they're dealing with a job, like their job ended unexpectedly, and they're scared, or they are dealing with a medical diagnosis that they haven't quite, that just disrupted something, or they're just in just a general state of something. And so our first reaction is compassion. We don't tell people who've just lost somebody, oh, well, life, everyone's immortal, don't feel sad. The first thing we do, is offer them, would you like a hug? How can I help? But we do still know the truth. You know, we're all immortal beings. Once we leave these bodies, we'll move on to the next thing. We were immortal before we came into these bodies. We'll be immortal after we leave these bodies. But we come from a place of compassion. We come from a place of being constructive. We come from a place of being, I mean, this is a city of angels. It's a city and county of angels. We come from a place of help and light, and we're messengers of spirit. And then we also come from a place of humor. Having a great sense of humor is a really great spiritual way to go through life. Buddha achieved enlightenment and then laughed. Buddha said that when you see the world as it is, you will laugh. The reasons why angels can fly is that they take themselves lightly. This world is not meant to be a vale of tears. It can be, but it's not meant to be. And certainly not meant to be every moment. We're not here to suffer because ancient ancestors ate the wrong piece of fruit. We're here to thrive and prosper and love and create. Right? Thank you. Thank you. If you want to thrive, raise your hand. If you want to prosper, raise your hand. If you want to love, raise your hand. If you want to create, raise your hand. If you want to feel life and health moving through your body, raise your hand. Great. Now let's turn within. Now let's bring within to our mind anything, either involving us or someone else, where we've had difficulty coming from a place of love, or coming from seeing love. It could be a relationship, a world situation, doesn't even matter. But let's just imagine it in our minds. Let's see the white light of spirit surrounding it. And now let's imagine that the white light of spirit is correcting the lens through which we see it. So it's literally healing our attitudes about it. We now call forth the willingness and the ability to always see the kingdom of heaven that is always at hand. And we give thanks for this. We celebrate this. We allow it to be. And so it is. I invite the ushers to come forward. We're now going to have our offertory.
Join us in the doxology.
Praise God from the good is everywhere. Praise to the love we all may share. The life that thrills in you
I just want to say as we move forward into the doxology, into the offertory, that whatever you're giving, put it into your heart, next to your heart. And for you at home, you've got a QR code down here. And have the right attitude. We're not tipping our church. We are activating the law of circulation in our lives. Everything we give back to God comes back to us 1,000-fold. Because we are meant to prosper and be mighty, channels for God's money, for God's prosperity, individualized through us and as us. We give thanks for this. We know we are blessed, Founders is blessed, and the world is blessed from the expansion happening here today. And so it is.
Would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar? Or be better off than you are? Or wait, or would you rather be a mule? A mule is an animal with long, funny ears. He kicks up at anything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak. And by the way, if you hate to go to school, you may grow up to be a mule. Or would you like to swing on a star? Or carry moonbeams home in a jar? Or be better off than you are? Or wait, would you rather be a pig? A pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He has no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude. But if you don't care feather or fig, you may grow up to be a pig. Or would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar? Or be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a fish? A fish won't do anything but swim in a brook. He can't write his name or read a book. To fool the people is his only thought. He's slippery, but he still gets caught. But then if that's the sort of life you wish, you may grow up to be a fish. And all the monkeys aren't in the zoo. I won't name names. And everything, oh, every day I meet quite a few. So you see, it's all up to you. You could be better than you are. You could be swinging on it. Turn me one more time. You could be swinging one more time. You could be swinging on a star.
Thank you so much. Wow, that's a great song about attitude. One last thing about attitude. A true story this week I was sent in the news is a gentleman who was 101 years old and got his high school diploma this week. So if your attitude is, yes, I know, in North Carolina. So like if your attitude is, well, I would have done this, but do you know how old I am? Yes, the same age you'll be if you don't do it. Don't ever let the chronological age stop us from anything. We are as young as we will be for the rest of our life, so start today. It's the journey. It's enjoying the journey. If you're 90 years old and you decided you want to be a medical doctor, go to medical school, right? Great. Okay. So prayer requests are sent to us either by these cards, they're emailed to us, they're called in our prayer line, and perhaps you have a prayer in your heart right now. So let's turn within. I know that there is just one power, one presence, one intelligence, one creativity, one love, one law, one life. It moves through me, it moves through everyone at all points of space-time, intelligence, consciousness. There's nothing that is apart or separate from this intelligence. It resonates all with God. And we know that divine love is revealing the divine idea of itself through everyone who's requested a prayer and who has a prayer in their heart. We know that prayer has no time limits. It has no space limits, and it does not entropy over time. That the fullness of the kingdom of heaven is right here and right now. We see it, we know it, we feel it, and it has all power, and we have the attitude of gratitude for it. And with thanks, we release it, and we allow it to be, and so it is. Would you all please stand for the benediction? The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you. The power of God flows through you. The presence of God watches over you and from within you. Wherever you are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our center. Loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.